You are listening to Droptent Media Network.
Ready to go. Ay, ay, ay.
Ay, 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 welcome to the Raven. I hate myself so
It's all
much.
good. There was no studio this week. We had to bail out. We got our friend Dukes on the podcast this week.
Dukes!
My name's Dukes.
What is up,
Dukes
Dukes? I'm
in the
excited that you're
house.
here.
What's up, guys? My first time doing the podcast.
Oh my
First
God.
timer. You're going to be
What?
a natural, dude.
We knew it right away because we always talk about, we're like, we need non-comics. And I was like, what about Dukes?
Dukes was like, yeah, Dukes is perfect.
Because
I
we
actually
have
used to
some,
want to be a comic, but, I'm just not that cool. So
You're at the
I think you're cooler.
I wish you could
actually.
see Dukes right now.
pretty damn cool looking.
I'm way cooler than either of us.
Yeah, way cooler. I couldn't pull off those fucking rings. Oh, my God. What do we got, an amethyst?
Someone's
love
got to
it.
do it.
Yeah,
Citrine.
Somebody's got to, and that's
Aqua
what Dukes is
aura.
here for.
Hell yeah.
No, but I do feel like every time we've ever hung out, we've always had really interesting conversations. So I'm like, I don't know what the fuck is up with this
Every time
motherfucker.
at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
What'd you pulled an all-nighter last night or the night
Dude, it
before?
was the day before, and then right after that, went for a hike through Wissahickon. That was really fun, but
After an all-nighter?
yeah.
Dude.
Kind of, it was super fun, but I haven't been in the woods in a long time. I love going on like hikes and climbing and stuff like
Hell
that.
yeah.
But I was just now I'm hurting though. like,
bet.
shouldn't
Dehydrated?
yeah, dude. I downed that water as soon as you gave it to me. I'm like,
Crushed it.
dying.
Well, then cheers.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's cheers some.
I'm a very
some-
thirsty boy.
I can't
Thirsty
cheers. I
boy.
got no alcohol.
Good for you, boy.
I'm being a good boy for now. We'll see. I might have
Yeah.
one later. I
I'm
might
proud
have
of
one.
you.
I like the kimono. I never noticed it.
I've worn it so many times.
I know,
and
I don't
you
know
always
why.
say the same thing.
Never notices it.
I liked it. I like it.
No,
good.
here's the thing about Ryan. Ryan notices everything,
I just didn't.
but he either will be like, I hate that outfit, or he's like, hey, I didn't notice I like your outfit. And I'm like, either way seems hurtful.
Not
Either I
worry
hate it
about
or I didn't even know you could have style, Peggy.
You have style. You got new Air Forces now.
I do.
Fucking killing it.
Ooh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Air
The two
Forces.
tones.
The two
Tones, baby. Every week we do this. There's more hookahs under the fucking.
Yeah, what's going? I was looking at that. Like, what's
They're
going
mating or something.
on? This
The
is
hookahs
a
are having
hookah?
babies.
Can we start bringing these out during the show, Drew?
No.
It'd be a good time. Just put a hookah on every bench. Give everyone COVID.
Did
Everybody
you
is.
do? I feel like we've talked about. Did you, when you were 18, did you go to hookah bars?
No.
No?
I just smoked weed like everybody else did.
Yeah. That's
No,
I don't
but
think
I
I've ever hookah'd.
You know what? I think it's because I moved to New York to go to college, and it's not a college town, but you could go to at 18. You could go to hookah bars, and then you
And
would just
BYO.
I kind
Yeah.
of feel like that's more like kind of like a residential like area type of like there are some of those downtown,
Yeah.
but like I feel like I seen those like more in Northeast where it's
West
like,
Philly,
kinda,
they
like,
got a lot.
yeah, you know what I
West
mean, like
Philly.
more like
Yeah.
residential, chill, like you know what I mean.
Well, yeah, I think in New York it was always in like it was always in like the Mediterranean area. It was like the area that like it would make sense. But
ethnic area.
we would no. I mean, it's New York, so everything was.
Mediterranean.
I'm joking.
No, I mean, but you know, like in neighborhoods like in New York, it'd be like there'd be a block where like, oh, this is all the same type of food, and then oh yeah,
Thick eyebrows.
yeah.
Where's
No,
the
but also
hookah?
we would always go because you would just go and you would buy the hookah, and then some old dude would end up buying
Just
you
come
drinks
giving
because
you
they
drinks,
don't. Because
yeah.
if it's a Muslim dude, he doesn't drink something. He would just buy drinks for underage girls all the fucking time.
Just a creepy sober guy buying drinks for
Yeah.
17-year-old girls.
I mean, maybe he did drink, but I feel like that would always be the thing. The guy would be like, I can't drink, but what do you guys want? And I was like,
I could
I'll
get you
take it.
fucked up.
I'm that person too. So
That's my fucking night. I can't be sober around a bunch of hammered people.
Yeah.
That's why I drink, actually. I don't like drinking.
blame it on us. Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. Because I know him because you were such a sober person.
That's what I was just looking at that.
I feel like the first couple times I met you, it was only at 2 a.m.
I mean, I showed up like at like 11:30.
It's definitely after sundown.
But I will say this. As a girl, because a lot of times, and you know, like if you show up, like if I'm there, it's like a lot of like his boys
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
me. So like
Yeah.
most
It's
of
the
them
same
would like,
circle.
you know,
And just like your girl, yeah.
yeah. And like so most guys would show up creepy and then like just like lock eyes with me.
Lock eyes
Whereas
with
like you were like, oh, I'm like I like Dukes. He's
Yeah.
never like you just sit there and you're like, what do you
Dude,
want to talk
I-
about? We'd be like talking about
He
art.
looks like he's floating on a magic
Yeah.
carpet.
I
all the
mean,
time.
pretty
And then-
much.
and then-
Invisible.
There's just a cloud of
a
smoke
bunch
at
of
his
your
feet.
weird fucking white dude friends would just be like, I think you're pretty. I'm like, this is not the hang,
Dude,
okay?
I don't
we
think
have
you're
been
funny,
drinking
but I
since
think
6.
you're cool.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to piss anyone off, and like that's just like I don't know, like I don't want to be in anyone's nerves ever, really. So
No.
it's like,
I don't think you
just
have to worry about it. You're the
mind
most
my own
chill
business.
dude.
You know what I mean?
I've ever
Smoke like
met.
5 blunts to the face, you know, and
Yeah.
just leave everybody alone.
Too many fucking blunts.
But you know, I have my fun.
So let's get to fucking. I want to
No
get to
dukes,
know
baby.
you.
What do you
So-
want to know?
Well, we talk about a lot of stuff. We talk about partying on this a lot, but we also talk about like relationships and stuff. Where are you at, relationship wise?
Sips my drink.
You hear that?
You don't need to
This
say
just
names.
got real.
No, or not. We could just talk
No,
about
yeah,
whatever.
I have a girlfriend. She's cool.
You have a girlfriend?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
She's
I
cool.
love
It's
it.
been 3 years or something now.
See, no wonder I
Hell
liked you
yeah.
the most.
Yeah, you know.
I'm like, oh, I didn't like all your single friends.
He's not
Your
trying to
one
fuck
friend that
me.
just came and was like, yeah, I'll just talk to you because I'm not a fucking
I'll just hang out.
nightmare of a
Yeah.
person.
No, yeah. It's been cool. It's my first relationship. I've never really dated anybody until I dated her, so
How'd
it's
you
kinda
meet?
weird. Small friend circles.
Small
Like,
Okay.
I don't know,
Do a
like
friend.
The
That's the
best
best way
friends
The
to
of
best way.
friends or something like that, you know. And she used to honestly date one of my friends, so I used to avoid her. I told her that, and
Yeah.
then we ended up. She's just like, exactly. This is why.
The forbidden fruit.
Wait, so you avoided her because you had a crush on her and
No,
you
I didn't
dated-
have a crush on her. Like it was just like my friend was kind of crazy, so like I just
Oh, he
didn't
was
want.
kinda crazy?
You know what I mean? Like, and then like he just kind of did the same thing over and over and over again, where he would give the girl and then fuck them over,
Yeah.
and then they'd be like, "Dukes, what the fuck? Why you're so much cooler than him?" And I'm like, what
I
do you want
also
me to
didn't
do?
want to. I didn't want to fuck my friend's girlfriend.
Yeah, like you know what I mean?
Call
like,
me
what do you want
crazy.
to do? But he's also done like some kind of risque shit where it's like, all right, like he knows I like somebody and he's like, I'm gonna chat them up now because if Deuce can do it, I'm gonna chat him up. You know what I mean? And like,
Mr. Swoop
but
in.
yeah, he's really good
Is
at
that
it.
a grade?
too.
Is that like a grade school, high school friend?
No, we actually met at L-Bar. He was
At L-Bar?
Yeah, he's a super cool dude. But
Hell
like,
yeah.
I basically avoided her, and then she was like crushing on me. So it was
Hell
like,
yeah.
she was like, oh yeah, like
Very
one
crushable.
time I used to work out.
Very
I used to work
crushable.
out, you know.
Not anymore.
Honestly,
You just went hiking yesterday. You work out.
What are you talking about?
I'm active. Like
You
I
don't
like
need
to.
to fucking. You are perfect.
I'm trying to actually gain like 10 pounds right now.
You're trying to get jacked.
Wow.
A little bit. I've been like
Hey.
150. Like I'm only like 153 on a good day. I'm skinny.
Damn.
I'm
You
skinny.
eat a
Shut the
lot,
fuck
though.
up.
You cook like a motherfucker though.
I know, but like I only eat like once or twice a day. I need. Leon said I need more calories. So
Yeah, take Leon's
Yeah,
diet.
get
advice.
Leon's advice.
he's jacked. Why wouldn't I? You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I'm not trying to get
I
like
love
him,
that
though.
because-
Leon eats like ground meat, and then on the weekends he'll eat like 4 pizzas, 2 pints
All
of
right,
ice cream.
nah, yeah, I'm definitely
He's
eating
living.
better than that.
Yeah, I'll look at you. You'll be making like a fucking seafood boil and shit on like a Tuesday night. He's making like a seafood.
Fucking crab rolls and shit.
Yeah, like this motherfucker making prawns right now.
I know how to cook some shit. You know, I like cooking something different every time I cook, basically.
You used to be a cook, right?
Yeah. I actually used to work around the corner at Hip City Veg. That was like where I kind of learned to be like a line
I
cook.
love that place.
I would be like on a line, just me, people like a line out the door, just me,
Yeah.
because the shift would change. It would just be me. Like fuck, I gotta do everything
Yeah.
right now. So it got me pretty on point. But fuck Hip City Veg.
Hip City Veg is right there, right? That's
Yeah.
like the fast foodish
Yeah,
kind
it's
one.
right there.
Yeah,
I
fast
got
food McDonald's.
I got
basically.
bamboozled with a fucking. I went in there and just thought it was a burger, and I was like, "This is
Yeah, you did a Ziggy burger.
I swear
Yeah.
to God.
There was a place
good,
in
though.
Williamsburg when I moved to New York. It was in like 2005. So in Williamsburg before it became what it
I was
is
in high
now
school.
in Brooklyn.
We were in high school.
Yeah,
Little
you're
boy.
2 years younger than me. That's how that works.
You're gonna fuck with Peggy and make her
So
feel like
you
she's
were a junior. I was a
Yeah.
freshman. But I lived with a bunch of vegans because I went to art school, and we would go
Yep,
to it was
vegans,
called
art school.
Food Swings. It was like the
Food
first.
swings.
Yeah, it was like the
It's a good
first
name.
fast food vegan restaurant. And it was the first time I ever went to Brooklyn. We went there, and then we went to this weird club. And I remember being like, I like vegan food. And then I'm like, or I just like fried things. I
Yeah.
don't know.
No,
Or
yeah,
maybe I'm
only-
just
yeah.
a monster
It's just
garbage
breaded
person.
fried shit. It's amazing.
Dude, that's what they did at Hip City Veg all the time. Just fried everything. But
I'll
I mean,
bamboozle you.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd rather just eat healthier
Hi,
shit. you know?
Keely.
Fuck it.
Eating healthy is
Our
good. What's up?
bartender's here.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Yay.
Dukes.
My name's Dukes.
Dukes.
What's up?
Not
How we
our
doing?
bartender. The
I
bartender
can't
at
see you really,
Ray-Ban.
but it's
Yeah.
nice to meet
We own her.
Well, we
Yeah.
always talk to the people who walk in, and I'm like, oh yeah, nobody
Nobody else
can
can
hear
hear
them.
Yeah.
all
So
good,
I
though.
just feel like
Good, it builds
from
the
now on,
experience.
Yeah.
we have
So
to
what
do-
else did you want to know?
What else? You said
So
girlfriend.
first
3
real
years.
girlfriend.
First real girlfriend.
Ever. You didn't have like a no high school
I
girlfriend?
I actually was a dork. Super. I mean, still am, but pretty much. But you know, like I don't know. I just was like.
You just dressed it up.
I don't know. People used to say like I was picky, but I don't think it was just. I mean, maybe.
That's what like nice people say to dorks. Because
Yeah,
I also
like,
was a dork, and people would be like, "Peggy, you're just
He doesn't
picky."
not get pussy.
But like no, so that's what happened. Like for a long time, I was a virgin. So I was like 22. Like
What?
it was weird. Like
That's what she
Hell
does.
yeah,
virginity.
baby.
yeah, like straight up, yo, like
Dude,
people.
I was a week
people
before I was
didn't
21.
believe. People didn't believe that I was. It was like weird. Like you know how like if people
Same.
like if you tell somebody you're a virgin, they're like, haha, dork. They're like, Dukes, no way, you're not.
way.
You're fucking lying to me. You know what I mean?
Holy shit, that is
So
exactly
22.
what happened.
Because I'm from Philly and it's just like unheard of, really, in Philly. Like you know what I
You'd be
mean? Like,
fucking
like
early.
yeah. Like my friends, like I was 12, and I'm like, whoa, bro.
That's wild. Yeah, that's a wild move. How'd you lose your virginity?
So funny story actually. It actually all started at L Bar.
Damn.
Yeah,
What is that? Wait,
long time ago.
have I been there? What's that bar?
How you not been L Bar? It's
I
on,
probably have.
Front and Master. It's like up the street from Kung Fu Necktie.
Yeah.
And like,
Oh yeah, I have.
Yeah,
been there,
yeah.
It's a great bar. Great
it's
bar.
a smell bar. I call it the
that-
smell bar.
Yeah.
There's a lot of smells in
It's like
there.
that circle of bars is Kung Fu Necktie, Costa's, and L Bar.
Yeah. So, oh yeah, I've been there.
The Holy Trinity.
It was like I guess I was 22, so however long ago that was. I'm 29 now, but fucking
That's 7 years of
7.
fucking under your belt.
It's
yeah. So
7.
shut the
Peggy had to think so hard.
So all right, so like
No,
it was
I
a
didn't.
it was
I
a long
didn't.
time, like you know, before I like you know, so like I used to hate myself. I'm like, what's wrong with me? I'm a fucking freak of nature, like you know what I mean, stuff like that. But like I don't know. Eventually at L Bar, it just happened one day. Like I put on that song, you know, Lamborghini Mercy. Your chick,
Oh,
she's
were
so
you
thirsty.
karaokeing?
No, I just like I'm like the jukebox DJ at L Bar. Like I just
okay.
put on all the hot ass beats. you know,
I'm
at
annoyed that
L
we've
Bar.
never hung out at a fucking bar. I've only ever hung out with you
Yeah, you
late
met-
night
I
in
mean,
an apartment.
COVID.
Because I'm the same fucking way. Did we
COVID
meet? We did meet during COVID.
Yeah,
Yeah, you probably
it's
did.
Been a whole,
Yeah.
It's been forever. Quarantine's been forever now.
That's
So, but
The streets are popping tonight, though. It's over.
yeah.
We're coming
Hopefully.
back, baby.
Hopefully, I mean,
Definitely.
Yeah, lose my virginity again.
Lose it again?
No, but I have a girlfriend. Anyway, though, yeah. So I was at the L Bar. I played that song, and I saw this like kind of like weird girl bouncing around the bar. Like I think I might have seen her like hook up with some guy, like start making out with them. And I was like, oh shit,
Perfect timing.
She's acting
Hell
crazy,
yeah.
right? Anyway,
I love
but
that girl. She crazy.
I noticed she was wearing skate highs, and I had also just gotten a pair of like Vans black skate highs. You know? What I mean?
Okay.
So
Okay,
she
this
noticed.
is a fun fucking flex where you're like, hey, babe. Hey, girl, are we wearing the same shoes?
She did it. She did it. She was like, she literally saw
skateboard? Me
she saw
neither.
me
Hey, girl,
dancing.
are we the same weight and have with the same shoes?
She was like, she was so happy about it. She just like walked up to me dancing to Mercy, and she's like, hey, and she just put her foot next to my foot. It was like, hey, look. I was like, oh man, here we go. And then
Love this girl style. Where is she?
Girls are so bad at
so,
It's a very, that's like actually a very subtle version
so
of what
wait,
I
it's,
do.
it's not over. It's not. So
Peggy punches people in the arm.
oh yeah. So everybody has their way. You know what I mean? So basically, what happened for me is
Mine's
I
really
used
working.
to ask people. I used to my pickup line was basically is, do you want to smoke?
Yeah. That's the move.
It's like if you do want to smoke, then I kind of see where this could go. And if you don't, then I'm gonna leave you alone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But,
That's a tricky move because I used to do that and I'd be like, you want to do a shot? And guys like, yeah. And then all of a sudden I just give them whiskey dick. I'm like, God damn it.
Damn.
Bad move. I just paid for their whiskey and now I can't even
Squeezing
suck
the
their
base,
tight
like
little
just
dick.
get hard. Yeah.
I
So
love,
good. So you pulled the get high and then fuck move?
So I used to do
You're
it all
like-
the time. I used to just ask people like, like, yeah. And so I was actually with my really crazy friend at the time, and he was like, yeah, like, let's go. Like, the Dukes, you need to fucking get your dick wet.
Yeah,
you know
get
what I mean?
ready. It's done.
No virgin at the time, so you know what I mean? Like, I was
At that point, how many pussies had you touched?
none.
Wait, did you no
touched
finger?
a
Not,
puss?
I was a super virgin. You don't understand. Like,
Yo, I
like-
sucked mad dick before it got inside of me.
I think I kissed like maybe
Peggy
one
stopped
girl. I think I kissed like one girl maybe before that.
Damn, really?
Damn.
I kind of was like,
Yo, you
people
don't
thought
know
I had
how-
game, but I really didn't though. You know what I mean? Like it was really weird. I
Oh,
don't
you know what?
It was a really confusing
You were
time in my
probably
life.
yeah.
I wanted to be asexual just because I was over like just feeling
Getting
all
shot
these,
down.
all these feelings. It was always like some girl like me and I didn't like them. It was like you know what I mean? Like
So you were picky,
Damn.
actually.
Yeah, you
maybe
actually
it
were
was.
picky. Are you the only guy ever that didn't lose a virginity because he was picky?
I was like, I was not willing to just fuck anybody. You know what I mean? At the time.
You're talking to the wrong crowd.
Yeah,
I've changed.
Yeah,
But,
I'm like.
So basically, like, we went outside to smoke in my friend's car, and I was thinking of that song, Mercy. You know, and I was like, it was like, oh, roll my weed on it, that's the ashtray. And I was like, oh, yo, can I roll some weed on your ass right now? And she was like, yeah. And she just turned around and like lifted her skirt up.
Fuck out.
I'm dead ass, yo. Dead ass. Me as a virgin, by the way.
Virgin ass are just like, yo, give me that bare ass. I'm gonna roll this blunt right here.
Also, what kind of car are we dealing with?
Yeah.
She's in a Corolla.
I think it was
1995 Camry.
fucking
Hatchback?
It's like one of those small cars. I fucking forget.
A Mini
sedan.
Cooper? A Mini Cooper?
Yeah.
No.
It's like one of those. And, it was cool. It had
How
like
do
one
you
of those
roll it?
had
Wait.
British flags on it. You know what I mean? Like one
Yeah,
of those.
yeah. Mini Cooper.
Yeah. You know what I'm
Definitely
talking
Mini
about.
Cooper.
So did you layer across the
We were in the
front?
back seat.
Oh, okay.
My friend's
So
actually in the car with us in the front seat, right? And she pulls her
How
ass
did
out.
you go from virgin to rolling weed on some chick's ass? You're gonna fuck?
Yo, look, I'm all over the place. I'm a wild bull. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not a virgin anymore. That's all I gotta say.
You were still though, and
No,
you
so
still were
it-
like, bitch, back it up.
So in the car, right? I'm actually rolling weed on her ass. Like, not even like worried about her ass, really. Just like being a virgin.
Wait, time out. Just for the listeners. Second, like, Keely, I think that spot's clean. The bartender here is just wanting really hardcore
She's
to
poking her
listen.
ass out. She's like,
Okay,
you roll weed on
so,
me.
all right, so let's be honest. Okay, so you're sitting next to her. You say, can I roll a joint on your
It's a
ass?
blunt. It's a blunt.
A blunt. Okay, I'm sorry. And what did you just like? She turned towards the window and pulled
Yeah,
her
basically,
ass?
yeah.
So funny.
Like her head's like in the back fucking window.
Did she
So-
go tabletop or lay down?
Tabletop. She was tabletop in the car somehow.
I like
Somehow
this girl.
we fit.
That's solid.
Yo, where is this girl at?
The West Coast somewhere in Paris.
She moved out.
She's cool, whatever, you know. But anyway, so my
you're
friend's still in the
listening to
car,
this.
right? My friend's in the car, and he's just like, "Dude, what are you doing?" He's like, "This is what you do." He actually starts fingering her, right? And I'm like,
He was fingering her while
he
she-
starts, yeah, like,
Okay, wait, time out.
right?
I
It's
am
just a
not
wild
ready-
story, right?
I thought we were easing
This is
into
the
this
weirdest
episode.
porn of all time.
Yeah, you were like, I had an all-nighter. I went for a hike. I'm kind of tired. Oh, you want to hear my virgin story? So my bitch was getting.
Your boy got her
fingered by my
warmed up for
friend.
you.
Well, at this point, I really just was trying to learn, you know what I
Okay,
mean?
wait. So can
What did you do with that finger?
Wait, boys, for all of our listeners, and it's mostly for me. So she has her head towards the back.
Yeah.
Is
I
it hat-
don't think
Tabletop.
she really cared who was doing it, honestly.
And then the driver's driving and fingering.
We were parked outside of El Bar. We weren't driving anywhere. You know what I mean?
Were you under the L?
No, we were like on Master Street. We were like on Master Street. Yeah, that would have been hilarious.
That
People
would
on
have been
Front
romantic.
Street,
That would have
just-
been romantic.
People on Front Street just like, hey, he's rolling weed on her ass. But, so anyway, I forget exactly what happens after that, but like I was rolling the weed. I rolled the weed. We smoked some weed, and you know she put her ass back in her skirt or whatever, and we hung out after that, and you know that's
Did
all.
she come when she got fingered?
I don't remember.
No way.
I might have blocked it out. I'm not
What'd
sure.
you just say?
I doubt it.
I don't think all that happened. He just was like, you know, I think I started.
He
to do
just
it.
touched it.
He was like, yeah, and he was like,
Fiddling around.
he was like, you do it basically, and you know, I
You
learned
were
some
like, I
things.
got this.
Oh my
About to smoke some weed now.
Put a
And then
blunt
did
in
you
her
fuck
pussy.
in the back seat?
So no. But funny story. That same friend took me one night. We're hanging out with the girl again. It was like a week later, something like that. I still was a virgin, and we were hanging out, and I didn't have anywhere to take her. So we were like out all night. It was like, you know, I was like 22, and fucking we go to his house. And he lets us crash on the couch, right?
Yeah.
So you could kind of understand what happened after that.
Yeah.
So like,
So
fucking,
you lost your virginity on a couch.
couch.
and the fucking condom broke. I was freaking the fuck out. I was like, I'm a virgin and I'm about to have a baby after the first time
That's the word. I
of
think
having sex, like straight up on
I
my
wish-
friend's couch, and my friend's girlfriend is just laughing hysterically.
you would have had to make him the Godfather out of respect.
dude.
That's
So wait, okay. So your friend fingered. I gotta go back to the car. I feel like
It's
I
a lot
need
of
to
parts.
know.
Yeah.
I need the breakdown. Okay, so that guy fingers her just a little. She puts her panties back on.
skirt.
You a skirt?
Also, she's wearing a skirt and high top Vans. This girl rules.
Love her.
Yeah, for real.
Fucking my favorite kind of fucking move. My
She's a
favorite
good
outfit.
kid.
I
She
like
was
her.
cute. She was cute.
So that night, did you make out?
Maybe.
But that was the night that you were like, "This is who I'm gonna lose my virginity to."
I think she decided, like, because I still don't even know how to make out really. Like, I remember we were making out, and she was like, "You gotta breathe," and I was just like, okay, okay, I guess that makes sense.
Write that down. You gotta breathe is the title of this.
I'm just
fucking
holding my breath
episode.
and kissing her. She's like, "You fucking dead person. What are you doing?"
Cold.
So yeah,
Oh my God.
I learned a lot in a little amount of time.
Did you guys hook up more than once?
Yeah, definitely a couple of times, a few times. And then after that, I was just like a hoe. Like, I was just like,
Hell.
fuck it. I didn't have any problems
Dude,
with
we
it.
have
Yeah.
very
Everybody's
similar
ass.
situations.
Yeah, it was like, all right, fuck it. I know what to do now. You know, learn some shit.
Just find a Mini Cooper. Take it out to the car.
Throw on mercy.
Roll a blunt on an ass.
So
You're
I-
gonna get fucked.
I don't even do anything like that anymore. I forgot all about that. I used to ask people to roll up weed and shit. Like
You
I,
went from picky to fucking blunt roll in the ass, get fingered by your buddies.
As fuck, yeah,
Damn.
straight up.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's like that's what it's like being a Pisces.
Is it Pisces?
Are you a
Spicy
Pisces?
shit.
Oh, mother! I should have fucking known.
What's Pisces?
That's why I love you.
Pisces, you
What's
know,
the deal with Pisces?
We
Pisces are very emotional.
very, very fluid and open,
Yes.
and you know,
So, for instance, I'm very
Very
Scorpio,
open.
like Ryan. Ryan is he doesn't know this, but we're both very Scorpio. But my moon is Pisces, so if
my rising is Scorpio.
this is why we're fucking friends. That's why the first time I ever met you, I was like, this friend of Ryan's is not gonna try to murder me.
I should know that. I've gotten that birth book showed to me like after every single one night stand you ever had. The huge birth, you know what I'm talking about? The birth book, or like page 222.
the
Just open it
birthday
up.
book?
It's the huge, the book.
Yeah,
that,
like
shows
you like
all
you
your
break
shit.
it down.
What's up, Sam?
What's up, sir?
What up?
What's up?
No, yeah. So, I didn't know. I didn't like any of that shit. But then I just met a ton of girls like that in New York who were like, "Can I read your?"
Vegan girls in art school?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
They're like, "Can I read you? You're complicated."
The New Testament.
I've met a lot of people like that too. Like a lot of those people take it way too seriously. I honestly just ask people like, you know, what's their sign since like I was like 21 or something like that.
Ah.
And I get statistics.
That's a
and
good way
I
to get
just-
pussy. If you
I
know
just
the
try to
zodiac.
keep it based off the statistics.
So wait, I do the same thing only because in college a bunch of girls were obsessed with it, and I'd be like, I don't think it's true, and they'd be like, but this is the guy, this guy who dated this. So now I don't ask them beforehand, but usually after I fucking do it, I'm like, what's your birthday? I won't ask you what your sign is. I just know.
You figure it out, yeah.
Like they're like, oh, this is my birthday, and I'm like,
You deduced.
Makes sense.
this one's gonna break Mama's heart.
Well,
So all of them.
a lot of people don't factor in there's other facets to the chart though. Like you can't just you're not just a Scorpio. You know,
Yeah.
there's more
your
to
chart
you.
is all over the place. You
It
know,
matters what time you were born and all that shit.
Yeah, but
I'm weirdly, I have like, I think all of my, I'm like mostly Scorpio, and then I do know my moon is Pisces.
I feel like so your rising is apparently like how you come across, and I feel like I come across super Scorpio sometimes. You know what I mean? Like
Maybe
people.
it's my rising that's Pisces, because that's what people use. Because Pisces are very
I
emotional.
kind of get that vibe from you,
And I'm
honestly.
Peggy
very
is
Here we go,
emotional.
we're fucking astrology.
I'm very emotional. Also, I'm kind of a drunk. I'm gonna take this.
I'm emotional too, so you know
I'm
that's
emotional.
probably why I was a virgin for 22 years. Super
and
fucking
that's why I was a
emotional.
virgin for
Just
21.
that one night, gotcha.
But it's funny that you said, because I feel like you probably met somebody that like did exactly what you needed. Is like you were a virgin for a long time, so you needed a girl who was like, I don't give a fuck.
You just wanted to
Yeah,
fuck somebody who
yeah,
had
yeah.
matching shoes.
I-
You're like, this is the one.
Yeah, the fucking first guy I ever fucked was the same way, where I was like, I lost my virginity to basically a prostitute.
Oh, shit.
Which is great.
He knew exactly what to do, and I was like, I don't know, let's do it. And then after that, I was like, I know what to do.
Somebody's gotta fucking do it. Teach the virgins, damn it.
Yeah,
Fuck.
somebody did. Nobody wants to fuck a
Also,
virgin.
old-ass virgins
virgins
are
don't want to
cool.
fuck other virgins. Shit, you know what I mean?
I lost my virginity to a virgin.
That's dumb.
Yeah, that's because you were like a high school sweetheart.
Stupid.
Yeah, I was like 17.
Lucky you.
Really?
Dude, I don't know. Maybe I'm cooler for it, but I had a really hard time. I was like, I'm fucking crying all the time. Like, fucking, what's wrong with me?
22 is a good. What's up, Brandon? That was Brandon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't
Hello,
know.
everybody.
That's a good age. Do you lose your virginity?
I think so. If it would have been
22.
any longer, I would have definitely killed myself for sure.
Yeah, 22.
I feel like if I did it any sooner, I would have killed myself.
Yeah.
That's the difference between.
Yeah, I always think about it too. I
would
think
kill
about that
myself,
too.
is what you're saying.
Yeah, basically.
17. Yeah, I don't know.
I was really dumb when I was 17 too. So some of the people who I was hanging out with around that time too, I would have been like, fuck. Like, you know what I mean? Like, why did I
All
even?
your boys are fucking. Were you lying about being a virgin too? Were you one of those dudes?
No, I told you. I used to tell people, and they wouldn't believe me. They'd be like, "You're fucking bullshitting." Like, all the people I went to school with, like teen moms and shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, people were like in Philly, like, teenagers start young, like
dumping out kids,
fucking getting high
and fucking. Did you dress like this in high school?
I dressed more, actually, in
punk.
No. I was never one of those punk kids. I was never one of those. I listened to Meek Mill's Flamers too, so I used to. So I used to dress like kind of like that. You know what I mean?
Nappy hair.
I used to actually have a fade and waves.
Oh damn.
Yeah, I used to brush my hair and you know shit like that. And now then somewhere along the way I just kind of became a hippie. I don't know what happened.
I like it.
Weed,
too much acid,
mushrooms. No, that didn't even happen until like I was like a late bloomer. With everything.
No, 22-year-old virgin. I don't believe.
Yeah, like straight up. Like I didn't even do acid until like 24.
That's a good age.
Time out. I didn't do acid until I moved to LA because my brother had a really bad trip. Like got kicked out of college because of it. Yeah. So I was
traumatic.
Like, acid
what happened?
The worst. I don't know if I want to tell the story, but I'm going to tell it anyway. We got 10 listeners.
Good.
But no, he got super high, like on acid with a bunch of kids. They were in a car, and he had a bad trip. He did a lot of acid in high school.
Don't get in a car on acid.
His best friend from grade school died when they were a freshman in high school. He like went joyriding and killed himself accidentally. Like basically, car crash, terrible. So he had this crazy acid trip where all of a sudden he was like, "Jimmy's here." He jumped out of a car.
Oh no!
Went moving car. Went running to his dorm. He lived on the second floor. He ran up to his second floor window, and people were following him. And then he was like, he doesn't remember everything, but he just remembers he was following Jimmy. Then went up the stairs or something, and then he opened the window and jumped out the window. Pulled the fire alarm before he did that.
Damn.
But he went to a Catholic college, so like if you you get like demerits in Catholic college. You can get kicked out for a lot of reasons. Like 15 gets you kicked out. If you pull the fire alarm, it's 14. If you jump out of a window, they had to look it up. They're like, that is.
If you jump out of a window.
That actually is
15.
After you pull the fire alarm.
And then they got him, and he was.
demerits.
And then they got him, and he was also on acid, freaking the fuck out. And they were like,
Yeah.
we can't bring you back.
You
Like,
fucked up.
We know you're here for like a scholarship for like hockey or whatever, because it was like a D3 hockey thing.
Yeah.
And he just fucked up, and but he jumped out of a window high as fuck, and he broke, fucking had a cast from his ankle to his thigh.
Not good at falling.
Christ,
And I remember I was a freshman in high school because we're 4 years apart. And so I come out, and Bethy, who's my sister, who's the only other person that does drugs besides me and Tommy, they're both sober
Bethy's the
now.
best.
I'll be there
Rule.
soon. And we might have to take all this out. But she's sitting up there, and I come out. I'm like, "What are you doing here?" Like I was like, I remember being mad at her that week. She's like, "Sit down. Tommy had a bad night." And then she told me the whole thing, and I was like, "Oh, that's kind of funny." She's like, "I know. Okay, good. I'm glad that I."
It's really
like
funny.
literally, my whole family was like at the my dad walked in, and the cops were like, "Your son is tripping on acid. You can't come in there with this energy." So like looked at because my dad was like probably in a suit, looking like he was picking up a dead body at a fucking hospital, ready to fucking beat my brother. And the cops were like, "Dude,
He's so fucked up that
he's so fucked up. You're gonna this will be worse. Like we'll have to put him in the psych ward." So
It's
like
also my nightmare. You're on
Yeah.
acid with a broken leg, and
exactly.
somebody shows up in a suit. I'm like, just fucking kill me, dude.
and like literally the one cop looked at my mom and was like, "Can you handle however he is with you?" And she's like, "Yeah." And she's like, I walked in and he turned into like, she's like,
A little
he
kid.
turned into like 2-year-old Tommy. He was just like, "Mommy," and she was like, "I'm so glad your dad's not here," because he would just be beating the shit out of you in front of nurses.
Spanking him, he's crying.
My dad's like outside. The cops are like, "Mr. O'Leary, you gotta sit down. You gotta sit down. We gotta take all this out. This is not. I can't."
Oh my God.
Oh, shut up.
We gotta take all this.
My cousin got kicked out of college for pulling a fire alarm, too.
That's so dumb.
It is funny that's like a big.
Like, why
It's a
is
move.
that?
I
He
snuck
went
in a
to
lot of 30-year-old men, and as an 18-year-old, didn't get kicked out. If I pulled a fire alarm, get kicked
Yeah.
out. That's
He was
crazy.
he went to like a fucking gas station in Shippensburg and asked for a pack of cigarettes, and a dude wouldn't give it to him because he didn't have ID, and he thought he was shutting the lights off, but he was hitting like the emergency switch for the fucking pumps. And set off an alarm. The cops came. This was his 5th underage in college. my one cousin got 6. He got 5. They both got booted. Took him like 7 years to finish at Shippensburg.
Isn't the 2 of them who you hung out 2 Sundays ago?
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Brutal. But yeah, college-educated boys now.
I
The one
know.
works at a youth prison now. He's like a counselor for fucking... Oh, my God. Good times.
Well, we have like 5 minutes left, which is so sad because
Yeah.
it's my fault that I was late. But
Aw.
Dukes,
She's always late. You know.
thank you.
It's okay. I like to bring it up.
And Kanye West.
It's good.
Late registration.
5 hours later, I'll be there in 5 minutes.
Okay, so, all right, so you lost your virginity at 22.
Mm-hmm.
You've now been in a relationship for 3 years.
Yes.
In between that, let me know, what was your craziest, wildest, funnest?
Fuck story?
Yeah. Thank you for saying the words I couldn't say.
Honestly, I'm trying to think. Like, dude, I was like getting really fucked up back then. So it's like just like a lot of hazy moments. It's kind of sad that nothing immediately comes to mind.
No,
though.
I have the same thing.
I
'cause
mean, you
people
kicked
always
off with
ask-
a pretty crazy one.
I mean, yeah,
That's
like
true.
I don't know.
You
They're
lost
all
your
kind of crazy a little bit. Nothing crazy. Basically, I was definitely having sex with this one girl, and she told me I was vanilla, and I was like, wow. But she was like actually a stripper, so it was like, you know what I mean? Like I
I'm in
don't
love
like.
with a
What do you want
stripper
from me?
I
Like,
can
you know what I
do
mean?
it, was
Like,
it was actually a T-Pain song,
Yeah,
and then I
straight
saw
up,
the
yeah.
stripper. I was like, I
Yo.
gotta fuck her.
yo, crazy stories. But she was pretty wild. I like that was cool.
Stripper. Craziest chick I ever had.
You
sex
didn't really
with was a
tell us the
stripper
story, but
in
I do
Tampa.
feel like in your head it was a beautiful story to remember.
I mean, like, no, like she, like I don't know. I
Where
don't.
was
What do
she a
you mean
stripper at?
crazy? What do
Where
you
was
mean?
she a stripper at?
Gold Club.
In Philly?
Yeah.
Where's that at?
I didn't know that
Gym.
about her before, it just happened. That
Oh.
we both sang karaoke.
Hey, you love karaoke. People
I do
fucking
love
love
karaoke.
karaoke.
Dude,
I'm-
I didn't know this.
I
Let's
miss
go
talking
sing-
into a microphone and shit, honestly.
Let's sing karaoke one time.
Fucking if the world ever comes back.
Dude,
coming back.
I'm fully
coming
vaccinated,
back.
and I'm pretty sure we're all gonna be fully vaccinated soon as fuck.
Not me.
I mean, I don't know about that.
I'm optimistic and I'm happy.
Why? So they can track me? No.
Oh, you think that's true?
No.
I used to think about the flu shot. So I get
Listen,
it.
man.
That they
I
would
don't even
track
like,
you?
dude. I don't even get the flu shot because every time I fucking get it, I get the fucking flu. I don't get the flu shot. Guess what?
No
I
flu?
don't get the fucking flu. So what the fuck is actually happening? I don't know. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I don't
what
know.
happens when I get the fucking vaccine? And do I get COVID all of a sudden? Like, what happens? I don't know.
Did you get sick?
No,
No, she got it already. She didn't get sick.
I'm a fully vaccinated. Yeah, no, I didn't get sick at all.
I don't know. That shit's tricky. They're like, oh, well, you can be tested, and then all of a sudden you get it the next hour, and it's like, all right, well, so you're basically saying I'm always sick, or like always viable, or whatever.
He's a
you know,
medical
like,
expert.
fucking
No,
dude.
I'm not an expert, but I will say no. It's not that. It's yes, you could right now get tested, not have anything.
This is
and
bullshit.
then-
I'm getting tested tomorrow. I got a
Yeah,
sleep
I mean,
study
it's
Monday.
like not a. They don't really know everything, but I will say the vaccine.
It's
Not
scary.
No, it's not scary
Needles?
at all.
Petrifying.
Dude, it's not scary. I thought it was. The way people talked about it, I was like, fuck, it's going to be a huge
How
needle.
long was the line?
Not long, but I also
All
was
right.
like the first
She's a medical
wave.
professional.
That's valid.
Yeah,
That's
so
fair.
I was like in the first wave.
You got hooked up.
That's
I
cool.
like-
I don't like lines.
Yeah, I'm not doing it.
The line is
Yes,
enough.
you do.
It's like,
I've done many
I
a
just don't
lot.
want to wait in line.
dude, fuck that.
Too many lines. Good lord.
Oh, I'm late.
Yeah, I was like,
I
he
see
did
what
not,
you did there.
He did not hear what I said.
Still
I was
thinking
like,
about
I'm
that
pretty sure
stripper.
Yo.
well, dude, you're great.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
the man.
I
You
like
coming
this.
on.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I
I
like
think,
this.
are you the first or second?
Non-comic.
No, second. Eric was our first, but I'm
Eric,
glad that
yeah,
you
yeah.
were our second.
I got more
non-comic.
stories. We could do this again sometime.
Dude,
Yeah, we definitely will.
anytime.
If you
And I
like,
think it's
if you
fun.
like virgin, me rolling weed on girl asses stories and stuff
Honestly,
similar.
I kind of want to go back to
We'll
be
bring
a
you and
virgin
Joey
and
on
have that
next
happen.
time.
I want to go back to that night too. It was fun. That was probably the craziest part. That, you know what I mean? Like, we didn't have sex that night, but that was pretty fucking crazy. Like, I was a virgin, and all of a sudden I'm rolling weed on a girl's ass. I'm like, I'm really moving up in the world.
I did snort.
Yeah.
I feel you like this story. I did snort cocaine off a guy's dick.
I feel
Soft
like
or hard?
I feel like a lot of people do that, actually.
I've never had coke snorted off my dick ever.
Go for it.
Just shock.
Go for it. Go for it.
Oh, I think he was definitely trying to like fuck a group of people, and he was like semi-hard. It was definitely hard
Chubbed?
enough.
He was
to
chubbed
have-
up?
He was chubbed up, but he wasn't too hard that it would fall off. You know. Okay, and on that note,
We're gonna get the fuck out of here. Thanks for coming on, Dukes.
Dukes,
Dude,
I
you're the
love
fucking
you.
man.
Appreciate you guys.
Love
Love
you.
you guys.
Yeah, no
too.
doubt.
do you want to plug any? Are you?
Oh, I'm
into
just only on
social?
Instagram. I'm a pretty good cook. The legendary Dukes McCool, a.k.a. Ron Swagson, a.k.a. Young Lavish, a.k.a. I'm a Forest, you know.
Hell yeah! And Ryan and I are back at Punchline starting
Every last Thursday
Yeah,
or Wednesday.
last Wednesday, unless something comes up. But the first one's March 31st. The next one's
Yeah.
April 28th. We love you. Give it up for Jay, our
Give it up for
fucking-
Jay.
Yeah.
Give it up.
Yeah.
Keely's not here, but the bartender Keely, and I love you.
Sucker Dukes, love you. Bye.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
This has been a Droptent Media production.